Hallelujah. The Denver Broncos finally have a competent run game. The last time that the Denver Broncos had a run game that they could truly lean on was 2021. In that season, both Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams went for over 900 yards. Since then, it feels like we've been wandering the desert for a competent run game. It all started when Javonte Williams went down with that devastating knee injury. The last time the Denver Broncos had a 100-yard rusher in a game was Latavius Murray in 2022. We haven't had a 100-yard rusher once since Sean Payton took over as the head coach. That's set to change this season, in my opinion. This run game showed burst and explosiveness that we haven't seen in a long time. First and foremost, I want to shout out the big boys on the offensive line. They spearheaded the entire operation for all 4 quarters, from the first team offensive line to the 4th team offensive line. They all blocked their tails off and were mauling cats in the run game. So, gotta give them their love. Hats off to them. But this is going to be a running back centered video. RJ Harvey made his NFL debut, and I thought that there was a lot of positive to take away. Some coaching points as well that we've got to clean up, but he showed burst and explosiveness, especially to the outside, that we haven't seen out of a Broncos running back since prime Phillip Lindsay, I would argue. He is definitely going to be a difference maker this year. But it wasn't just him. I thought that pretty much everybody in the running back room made one play at least out there. But before we discuss that, guys, if you could just do me a big favor and smash the like button on this video as well as subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. Additionally, if you want to go above and beyond in supporting the channel, please consider becoming a channel member today. That would be also incredible. You can do so by clicking the link in the description below. It's not mandatory, but if you guys want some extra perks and incentives in exchange for helping me out and helping grow the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Again, the link is in the description below. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats here from this running back room. And in preseason, you've always got to look beyond the stats. Multiple runs were called back because of stupid preseason style holding penalties. We're not going to see those kind of penalties in the regular season. So you've got to look at these numbers, but then you've got to look at the tape as well. Jarrett Stidham, funny enough, was actually the leading rusher on the day with 36 yards. He made a couple of nice plays on scramble drill. But Tyler Bidet, 5 carries for 32 yards. I thought that he didn't really have any big explosive plays. His longest run was 7 yards, but he was efficient. I thought that Tyler Bidet had a strong day out there, and the Broncos kind of already know what they have in Tyler Bidet. He's a guy who's going to bring some decent explosiveness off the outside, and the Broncos were sorely lacking that last season when Tyler Bidet was injured. I wish they had leaned more into it during that Buffalo game, but they just didn't do it. I don't know if Tyler Bidet has a track to make the active roster, but he might have an inside track to make the practice squad if he wants to go down that route for a 3rd consecutive season. Blake Watson, he was really good, man. He was the victim of having a run called back because of a holding penalty. Otherwise, this stat sheet would have looked even better. He also had a really nice play in the receiving game, along with 16 yards on that play, 3 receptions for 21 yards, 4 carries for 28 yards. Watson dragged multiple bodies with him on multiple different reps. I thought that he showed a really nice speed, really nice burst, and Blake Watson, he might be a dark horse to make the 53-man roster because he was arguably the best running back out there on Saturday night. RJ Harvey, let's talk about him. He's got really great explosiveness to the outside. He's got a violent jump cut, and sometimes that could get him in trouble. I feel like there were a couple of runs that he bounced to the outside a little bit early before waiting to see if a hole would develop down the middle. You want to see that happen before they burst it to the outside. But there were a couple of times where I felt like RJ Harvey didn't show enough patience and he just needed to wait for that hole to develop down the middle. But overall, I thought that he showcased a couple of really nice runs, cutting to the outside, and in an outside zone run scheme, that's what you want to see. It's going to be interesting to see how RJ Harvey is utilized throughout the rest of the preseason. Are they going to want to keep him fresh for week 1, or are they going to want to try to get him more reps throughout this Arizona game and potentially in the New Orleans game? That remains to be seen, but I was overall happy with what I saw from RJ Harvey. Then, Audric Estime, I thought he was fine. I didn't think that his performance was anything to write home about. One of his plays was called back because of a penalty as well. He did have one really nice play in the receiving game where he took a 3rd and 9 dump off, drug a couple of bodies with him, and took it for 20 yards. So, gotta give him his flowers there, but as far as a downhill runner, I still have questions about Estime. There were some points where he had holes that he could have hit, but he was just dancing behind the line of scrimmage and was indecisive about hitting those holes. As somebody who's built as a physical downhill runner, Audric Estime kind of feels like he's afraid of contact. He doesn't want to get hit, and that's a big-time problem. In theory, Estime would be a good addition to have on your roster in short yardage situations, but I don't even know if I can trust Estime to pick up 3 yards on 3rd down and 3. I don't think that he'd be patient enough to hit the hole. So, I don't know, man. Estime's going to have more opportunities to show what he can do, but I still think as of right now, he's on the outside looking in for the active roster. Jaleel McLaughlin, his stat sheet would have looked a lot better if he didn't have a touchdown run called back, again, because of a stupid holding penalty. It was one where he showed really good explosiveness, and he had a 6 spin move to boot, but Pat Bryant was holding on the play, and it got called back. I still think that Jaleel is going to ultimately make this team in the Darren Sproles role. RJ Harvey is going to be more the Alvin Kamara role. I think Jaleel has a niche role on this team, and Sean Payton really likes him. He's one of Sean's grinder players. Jaleel's literally the first guy in the building every single day. Those guys are valuable on your team, and I think Jaleel does bring some value. So he's going to stay on the roster, in my opinion, unless they go out and make an outside addition to the running back room, maybe try to bring in a more physical downhill runner to potentially replace Audric Estime. In that scenario, maybe Jaleel doesn't make the roster. At this point, I would say RJ Harvey and Tyler Bidet, they're obviously locks to make it, but I would also say that Blake Watson made a strong case to make the active roster in Saturday night's game. So keep an eye on Blake Watson to continue his rise. He had been stacking days in training camp. He's now stacking days in preseason. So Blake Watson, man, he is now moved from a dark horse to a serious contender to make the active roster. Audric Estime still on the outside looking in. I still think that Jaleel McLaughlin makes it, and then obviously both Harvey and J.K. Dobbins are locks. We didn't see much from Dobbins in the run game. He didn't record a single carry, but we did see him in the blocking game. We saw him pass protecting on 3rd down, so that's definitely going to be the role for Dobbins heading into this season. We'll see if he gets more action next week against Arizona. All right, Broncos country, let me know in the comment section below. How do you think this running back room is going to shake out? Do you think that Denver is going to keep 4 running backs? And if they do, which 4 do you think they're going to keep? Obviously, Dobbins and Harvey are locks to make it, but outside of that, let me know in the comment section below, guys. I would love to hear from you, as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video, as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I'm your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.